Break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run, and it's Hall. And he'll get ahead for about 3 on the first play from scrimmage. Second and 7. Now they'll set up to throw. That's to the running back, Brees Hall. And they'll whistle him down, but not before it picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
They get 12 yards on that pass. Good for a Steeler first down.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they don't necessarily even have to see the running back in the check down. They can just feel him. It allows them to keep their eyes downfield, allow their tight ends and wide receivers to continue to work open. In this case, nice job by the quarterback getting that ball in his hands and letting him do the rest after the catch.
Pass complete. He's got Calvin Ridley. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
Every team in the league practices these situations every single day. That's a critical third down, Mike. So now with this fresh set of downs, they got to just take a deep breath. Now you're really not so much playing against your opponent as much as you are playing against this clock.
They send Ridley in motion. Back to the air one more time. Got his man at the 6. And he's going to be taken down.
I mean, what a start to this game throwing the ball. I mean, I don't think the ball's hit the ground yet, Mike. I mean, he's 4 for 4. Now he's got his offense set up here early with 1st and goal.
This opening drive, it has been a work of art. Now, can they put the finishing touches on? It's 1st and goal. This one caught at the 4. And he'll take it on in. D.K. Metcalf. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Touchdown number 9 for the year. Boswell adds the extra point. And the Steelers will take a 7-0 lead. Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Austin brought in motion. Back to throw here to begin the drive. His first throw of the game is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Peyton Wilson. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Now off the bootleg. He'll look to throw here. That's complete. It's Metcalf. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that any time a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. You just saw a great example of it here.
Laying out, and he made the catch. What a play. It's been a busy first quarter for him so far. His 3rd catch goes for a first down.
So, Mike, you look back at the quarterback and you see that this ball is coming out of his hand and it's going to be low. And the decision's made. You've got to go down to the ground to secure the catch. First order of business. Your hands are between the ground and the ball, no matter what that looks like. And then once you secure it, you've got to roll, protect the ball, and under no circumstances can that ball move or hit the ground. And how often do we see a great catch overturned on replay? So it's not easy, but you get paid to catch them all. In these goal-to-go situations backed up on your own goal line, Mike, what they teach the defense is it's your job to establish a new line of scrimmage, and that's exactly what they did here. Watch the push they get. The offensive line goes backwards, and they take the ball carrier down for a loss.
He slams it in there, and he is in. Reese Hall, touchdown Steelers. On for the extra point is Boswell. He's got it. And the Steelers move out on top, 14-0. Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. And no chance to return this one. Through the end zone for a touchback. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. And he'll gain yardage and able to get down at the end of the play.
Take a look at his eyes. You can see the quarterback clearly going through all of his progressions, and he's quick to realize there's nowhere to go with this ball. He makes the right decision and gets out of there, picks up some good yardage, and gets down on the ground.
They'll come up now for second down and 4. He'll look to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Here's a third down and 4. Man in motion is Smith. They'll throw here on third and short. And that is incomplete.
Well, I think it would be a bit of an understatement, Mike, to say that this offense has come out today a bit flat. They haven't picked up a single first down through the first 2 drives, and barring a really aggressive decision here, they'll have to wait till their third series to see if they can make it happen.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. Now, a deep ball here for Ridley. That is hard. And he's going to be dragged down, but not until he's inside the 25.
They really showed off their connection on that pitch and catch, Mike, and just really good ball placement and really good separation downfield. And when those two things align, it's just really challenging for a defender to stay with them and take that play away.
And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up second down.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and it's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. He's got it inside the 5. A big play there on 2nd down, but we do have a flag on the field. And that's in an area where usually this play gets erased. He'll drop to throw. He's got his tight end down the field. That's Njoku. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5.
What a luxury. There's certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
They'll look to throw again. To the goal line and in. David Njoku. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Boswell adds the extra point. And the Steelers looking terrific here out of the gate. Already up 21-0. Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Here's 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's complete to his big tight end, Dallas Goedert. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. They'll throw out of the gun. That is intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead. We are through 1. It's the Steelers with the early lead. Back to throw. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a 1st down. That one good for 26 yards.
Next way to start the drive here. Really good protection by the guys up front. Good decision by the quarterback to find his read. Ball's accurate, ball's on time. Now they're able to start this drive and get on the move the right way.
Ball is hit. He's lost the football. That'll be picked up by the Eagles.
So the biggest thing that stands out here, Mike, is the fact that the defense just continues to pursue to the ball. Every defense focuses on get as many hats to the ball carrier as possible, because if the guy in front of you, he misses the tackle or he falls down, you have to be there to make up for it. And the pursuit to the ball is not only how they're able to get him down, it's ultimately how they're able to take the ball away.
First carry for Saquon Barkley. Oh, a loose football. And this is taken in by the defense.
And as you can see with that fumble, Mike, it really just goes back to the fundamentals of how they're taught to carry the ball. And they talk about the points of pressure. And the biggest thing really, Mike, is you want the front tip of the ball the part where your fingers cover, to always be higher than the back tip of the ball. So often you see that front tip go down, and it makes it so much easier for that defender.
And he's in. Calvin Ridley. Touchdown, Steelers. And the show continues. What a first half he's had, Greg. A third touchdown pass, and this one is blocked. Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. And this one is fielded in the end zone. Will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. First and 10. On the ground, it's Barkley to start the drive. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
Well, as been the case this entire first half, it's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. They might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a third down.
I think you just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down. This will be returnable from his own 15. And he'll get a few yards on this return, up past the 15-yard line. They send Ridley in motion. They're going to start this drive on the ground. It's Hall. Can he get away? No! He's going to be taken down behind the line.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Throwing now from the gun. There's a short throw caught by Njoku. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
Njoku, the tight end, is the one in motion. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. 14 on the pickup. That's a Steeler first down.
So far here early, Mike, the key for this offense has been their ability to maintain possession by converting on these third downs. It's going to be a big storyline the rest of the way. This defense has to find a way. When they force third down, they got to get off the field.
And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
Now, faking the give. That one intercepted. It's the safety, Kyle Hamilton. And the Eagles will have great field position as they take over at their own 45.
So the first part of any interception is just end up with the ball in your hands, right? That's what every defensive coordinator wants. But anytime you can get yards on the return, that's just an added bonus. And that's what we see here. There's a little space, does a great job securing the catch, and all of those yards just set up for better field position as their offense takes the field.
He'll get rid of it and complete it. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
They certainly wasted no time trying to take advantage of that great field position, and I love it. So often we see teams either in sudden change or when they have a shorter field to go, they want to strike early. There is such a correlation in the NFL, Mike, between explosive plays and your ability to end drives with points.
Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
It's been a rough first half, but now as we approach halftime, Mike, you got to start getting some wins, and it could be something small like we just saw here. Some positive plays, build a little confidence on that sideline, so as you go into halftime, you have something to build on.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
Mike, when you're completing less than 35% of your passes, you're just not going to win a lot of games in the NFL. He's just too erratic throughout the course of the game. Sometimes it's exactly how they practice.
Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. Two minutes remain here in this first half. We'll come back to the Steel City after this. So backed up after the sack, and now it's third and long. Now they'll set up to throw. He'll get this complete. That's A.J. Brown. And the Eagles are looking at a first and goal as he's taken down at the 2-yard line.
Man, they're just running this 2-minute drill to complete perfection. It is such a point of emphasis of every offense, Mike. These end-of-half scenarios to come away stealing points make a big impact on the outcome of the game. And they're knocking on the door here, first and goal. At the very least, got to...
That one is caught in the back of the end zone. Devontae Smith, touchdown, Eagles. Well, that is a step in the right direction, finding the end zone. I don't know, Greg, could this be building some momentum for these guys, and that's important before halftime?
Absolutely, and I think the biggest thing this coach is trying to get across right now on the sideline, Mike, is let's just cut into this lead, and let's make it a one-score game at half. So they still got some work to do, but if they can go into halftime, regroup, catch their breath, just keep it close, give yourself a fighting chance here out of the break.
And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. They'll come up here, first and 10. He keeps it himself. They get 11 and quickly pick up a first down.
Those are the plays that hurt. Because as a defense, Mike, you feel like you do everything right in your coverage. There's nowhere to go with the ball, but you leave just enough space for the quarterback to not only break contain, but to get outside and pick up the first down with his legs.
Metcalf reels it in on the right side. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
They send Ridley in motion. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
They'll run it out of the gun, and it's Hall. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. The Steelers going to use one of their timeouts. It comes with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. 1st and 10 now from the 36. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. This one complete to Washington. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the second quarter. So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and
he'll take it on in. Roman Wilson, touchdown Pittsburgh. He has done it again. That is 4 touchdown passes in his first half. Greg, he might skip halftime with the way he's performing right now.
Yeah, Mike, this passing attack is just really unstoppable. I mean, it is just remarkable the success he's been able to have. We're not even at halftime yet. He finds himself on record pace. I can't wait to see what he does the rest of this game.
Halftime coming close, and not much time left as this one is kicked away. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. So the Eagles will use their first timeout here as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drop. That'll be taken in by Barkley. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's a timeout for Philadelphia. That is their second, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in half number 1. Here's 2nd and 6. That one pulled in by Brown. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there. Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball.
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Eagles 7.
All right, Coach. Thank you. Two very different halftime speeches by these head coaches, that's for sure, as we get set for half number 2. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. Devontae Smith, the intended receiver, and it'll lead to a second down.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. A throw here, right side, falls incomplete. Devontae Smith, the intended receiver. Now it's going to be third down.
This is a pass that just needs to be completed, Mike. The opportunity was there. His guy was open. They ran out of room a little bit there on the sideline. Couldn't quite get the ball up and down fast enough, and ends up being thrown out of bounds.
Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. 11 yards on the connection there. Good for an Eagles first down.
And up until this point, we haven't seen a lot go their way, but here in the third quarter, they're starting to find some plays. They're starting to get some opportunities. Just got to ask yourself if it's too little, too late.
A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
And he will get forward for about 5 yards. That sets up third down. Now, someone up front moves early. Can't continue to make these mistakes if you're trying to mount a big comeback. So a much more difficult scenario now. It is 3rd and 10. Austin brought in motion. On third down, they'll set up to throw. Taking a shot downfield for Smith. That's in the end zone and intercepted. Picked off by their rookie second rounder. And the Steelers are going to take possession here at their own 33.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
They send Ridley in motion. Right away, they'll set up to throw. He's going to air one out for Metcalf.
How often do we see teams kind of nurse these big leads, Mike, especially as the game unfolds? They turn to the ground game. They try to slow everything down. Well, not this offense. They refuse to take their foot off the gas. They're still mining for explosive plays, and Frankly, with the way today's gone, I don't blame him.
On second down, a run with Hall. And he'll only manage to pick up 3 yards. And that leads to third down. He'll look to throw. He's got his man. Complete to Wilson. And he's going to be dragged down, but not until he's inside the 25.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
They send Ridley in motion. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to go. He is taken down. That is Jalen Carter, the Georgia product, barreling in for the sack. Work to do now as they come up on second and long. On the run, here's Hall. Can he get away? No, he's taken down behind the line. Good job by the defense with a negative play. What can they do here? This is third and forever. He'll drop to throw. Metcalf left side. He's got it. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they're going to mark him inside the 10-yard line. And how about that? Third and a mile. And they convert and pick up a first down. He'll try and run right on the option. And he will win the race to the pylon. He's in. Breece Hall. Touchdown, Steelers. So 2 touchdowns for him in this one. Numbers 12 and 13 on the year. Greg, nothing changed at halftime. They come right out to start this third quarter and pick up where they left off.
Well, I think this defensive coordinator is going to think back to his halftime speech, Mike, because whatever adjustments he thought they made, it obviously didn't resonate. What we saw happen in the first half, they picked right back up here to start the third quarter, and at this point, the offense has hit its stride, and they continue to pull away.
3 tight ends in the game to start the drive. They'll start on the ground with Barkley. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Running back looked a little unsure of himself on that carry there, Mike. You have to think back to that fumble earlier in the game. How much is that still weighing on his mind? He didn't really seem to attack that hole like we've seen in the past. He gets stopped for no gain.
Here's 3rd and 7. A pass caught by Saquon. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down. They do indeed snap it as they'll try and throw. That's complete. Tight end Goddard. And he's going to have the Eagles first down. They'll get the conversion. It's a gain of 14.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start. Just take what the defense is giving you, and you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, pitch routes, quick game. Now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
Open man left side is Brown. He's got it. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Every quarterback's dream is, can I get the ball out of my hand as fast as possible and get it to a guy that can do the rest after the catch? And it seems like nowadays, throughout the entire league, the best offenses thrive in yards after the catch.
And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
And this is where the quarterback's improv skills really kind of come into play. The ability to play off-platform, throw from different arm angles. It's something that we're seeing a lot play out across the league. And yes, you have to throw from a spot in the middle of the pocket. But if you can only do that, it's hard to play quarterback in today's NFL.
In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete. He was trying to find Saquon Barkley coming out of the backfield. And it'll bring up second down. They'll look to throw again. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be third down.
They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
He's got it at the 3. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker, and that is going to set up an interesting fourth down decision.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times. And then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal. But right now they're on the doorstep of the end zone, and they got to find a way to put that ball across the goal line.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. It is brought in the end zone. Devontae Smith. Touchdown, Philadelphia. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Well, they get on the board. That pads the individual stats. Makes mom and dad happy. But, Greg, we have seen stranger things. You never know.
Yeah, and I think the biggest thing right now, Mike, aside from the scoreboard, oftentimes in the NFL, you learn more about your team in moments like this than you do when everything's going well. So I think this coach is paying real close attention to which one of his guys are going to continue to fight.
A safe kick taken at the 5.
The Steelers take over first and 10. And their own 23-yard line.
Operating from their own 23, they'll begin first and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Left side, he's got Njoku. And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line. So both teams trade touchdowns in that frame as we get through the end of the third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now, faking the give. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away. And that'll set up second down.
I think this defense is wondering where some of these missed throws were earlier in the game. I mean, for a while it seemed like everything the offense did hit. And after that last incomplete pass, although this game's all but over, this defense will certainly take it.
Njoku, the tight end, is the one in motion. And he'll pick his way forward. A gain of about 5. And that's going to set up third down. Back to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That is a letdown there. Pass looked to be on target. No catch. And now fourth down. And no chance to turn upfield. He's forced out of bounds after a very short return. Man in motion is Smith. Here's a handoff to Barkley. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. Once again, it's Barkley. And he's able to give him a little breathing room. He's got a first down up past the 15-yard line. Now they'll set up to throw. No chance at all. He'll go down.
It probably would have been better off just handing the ball off to the running back, Mike, because when they used him as a decoy, nobody fell for it. By the time he finished his fake and got his head around, the defense was all over.
A short throw taken in by Goddard. And it'll be taken down after a gain of 9 and third down coming up. Now Pittsburgh will bang a timeout here. That's their second.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
Shotgun snap as they'll throw it on third down. He's got this one complete to Goddard. It's a gain of 12 there. First down, Philadelphia.
You know, it's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the fourth quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive. I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes that defense getting a little lackadaisical. You have to admire when quarterbacks are willing to put their head down and fight for some extra yardage, Mike. Sometimes the juice ain't worth the squeeze. Get down, protect yourself, live to play another snap.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Open man downfield is Brown. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
We've now seen this quarterback show that he can beat you from both inside and now outside of the pocket. The ability to use his legs to flush out and buy time for his receivers. They uncover downfield, leads to a big pickup.
Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw when the pass is incomplete.
This has really been the story of this entire game, Mike. I mean, this pass rush has had the advantage over the offense pretty much from the jump. And they've already recorded a couple of sacks, a handful of close calls, and it's the pressure in the backfield is why this team finds themselves with the lead here late in this ballgame.
And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And When you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. Taking a shot downfield for Smith. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. And fortunately, one of his teammates downfield comes to his rescue and retains possession after the big play. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. A give. Here's Hall. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
So when you're evaluating the impact of a team's run game, I think it's important at the end of the game to look back and say, okay, how many yards did they run for? But more importantly, when did those yards come? Did I run for those yards in the 4th quarter, which typically means I had the lead? That's the sign of a successful run game, as opposed to getting a lot of meaningless yards early in the game. You can see the running back. He's waiting patiently for that cutback lane to open, and it just never did. Great job by the defense continuing to string that play out sideways, and they're able to take him down for a loss.
On the bootleg, he'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
The whole idea of the play-action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing and ultimately led in an incompletion.
That's caught. It's the tight end, Njoku. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll run. This is Hall. Second down and 3. Another run here with Hall.
Shotgun draw, trying to catch him off guard here, Mike, but the defense was having none of it. Thought it took a little too long to develop. Gave that defense enough time to get back there, stop him for no gain.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. He'll get this into the hands of Ridley. Complete. Catch number 7 so far in this one. And a 1st down.
Now it just seems like this offense is piling on. I mean, after a day where they have completely dominated their opponent, a lot of offense would just be content with handing this ball off, but not this group. They continue to throw the ball, and they continue to get chunk plays, and they showed they're not going to slow down until the...
And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play. Boswell now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Steelers will add one more onto their big lead.